Okay, we are in part two. We have Mr. Tommy Baker.
Good morning.
Who is candidate for City Council Ward 6 Position 2. Ooh, Ward 6 Position 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me get my camera right. All right, so Mr. Tommy, can you please give us a brief introduction of yourself and tell us why you decided to run for City Council?
Well, good morning. A brief description of myself. Do you want to know my former life?
Give us the Cliff Notes version.
Cliff Notes. Well, just quickly, I'm from Osceola, Arkansas, born and raised. And I came to Jonesboro 2008 and searched for quality of living. Being from Mississippi County, you know that it's not very much quality of life over there to progress. Let me say that. It's a good place to raise children, but when you become an adult and looking for a furtherance of your career, it's kind of bleak.
Okay.
So coming to Jonesboro, I did that. I started to work at the Jonesboro Human Development Center, worked there for 4 years, and worked my way up from a residential care assistant up to a residential care supervisor.
Okay.
So I was a RCS, I was over the house. So I learned the regulations, interpretation of policies and procedures. And then at that point, I realized I need to go into the profession of healthcare.
Okay.
So I got my degree at American Intercontinental University.
Okay.
Bachelor's degree of healthcare management and administration. And from there, I went into the field of marketing. It's funny. Okay. It's so many roads, and I one road leads to the next. But getting the role of marketing opened up a door for me to work as an administrator. So okay. I got my administrator license, and now recently just received an opportunity to become an administrator over a home.
That's awesome.
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
So happy that you're doing well.
And that was a two-part question, so you asked me one.
Why did you decide to run for City Council?
Decided to run for City Council, not for my own personal gain,
okay.
But for the voices that I've heard throughout the 10 years I worked and lived in Jonesboro.
Okay.
It's from family members, from friends and people that I played basketball with in the community, expressing their concerns as to what they feel like Jonesboro should have in order to enhance their quality of life.
Okay.
So, assessing my personal situation and everyone else's situation, the position opened up, and I decided I want to be an advocate of change, an agent of change.
All right, so let's just get right into those topics. Since
Woo.
you talked about quality of life, I want to say first good morning to Miss Chelsea Chapman and Mr. Kobe Parker, and to the various others that are watching. Miss Chelsea says, yay, this is the one I've been waiting on. Good morning, beautiful people. Jonesboro stronger together. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea.
Chelsea knows the slogan. Jonesboro stronger together.
All right, so let's get right into quality of life. Since you mentioned that, you said you moved here looking for a better quality of life, and then through discussions with other individuals over your past 10 years here, what has been on the top of their list of things they would like to see, and what do you hope to bring to the position if you are elected?
Well, I'll say this. From when I went to band camp over here at ASU, and that was the most exciting thing to do, and it was a different dynamic then versus, and I'm talking about band camp. I was in the 6th grade, so it was 1996. So Jonesboro have significantly changed over the years, and I'm talking about diverse people, and the whole atmosphere has changed. And because there's a difference in people, we can't expect for the infrastructure and the quality of living in Jonesboro to stay the same when the people change.
Okay. So
when the people change, we have to, as a council, as a people, accommodate to the manner of people. And I'm not saying, a lot of people say diversity of people, they think black-white. It's not about black-white. When you think about diversity is different perspective. Okay. You have different perspective, and each person have a perspective of the city and how they would like quality of life. I've met people from Chicago, Illinois that come to this city, say they were bored out of their mind.
Yeah.
And you can imagine coming from Chicago, Illinois to Jonesboro, Arkansas, they are ready to leave as soon as they step foot in here. So as a councilman, I hear those type of stories and I say, what can we do as a council to accommodate or appease the appetite of those who come from various counties and various states and various cities and bring it into Jonesboro to create a connectivity for them.
Okay.
So what we'll do, my intentions, and I intend to work with the Chamber of Commerce as well because they do a lot of research as well, but go to various cities such as your Little Rocks and thriving states,
Conway,
Fayetteville, of course, Chicago.
Okay.
I mean, you want to think outside the box. I don't want to think just in state because we don't have all the answers in state. We have to go to various places. Alabama is thriving, most definitely. So doing research, gleaning from other places is what changes the dynamics of the city. So I'm more of a research person, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that's research people as well, and want to implement some of the research that we have retained.
All right, so I want to say good morning to Miss Erica Stiles, Bethany Hill, and Mr. Shadrack Turner. Thank you all for tuning in. Please share this video and all of the videos that we post on our KLEK Facebook page and website and YouTube. We want everyone to be informed voters when you go to the polls in November. Vote for the candidate that best represents the values that you have. All right, so again, going back to quality of life, having those amenities that people desire. There are people who walk and run, people who ride bikes, people who have pets. I mean, there are a variety of things. So concerning those issues, what are some things you would like to see or things you would like to implement if you are elected?
Well, I'm a very personable person.
Okay.
I'll give you this situation. I was driving down Red Wolf Boulevard, headed south, and I seen this guy in a Burger King outfit, his uniform.
Okay.
He was headed to work, and I thought to myself, and my campaign became even more real then.
Okay.
I was just like, this young man doesn't even realize it, but he needs a access to get to work, a smoother access, let me say that, to get to work. So that's part of the reason why I advocate sidewalks in the city, within the city's infrastructure, is because of people like that young man. He doesn't know me and I don't know him, but just watching his manner of living, trying to make a living, trying to get to work, he has to dodge traffic. And there's cars at the stoplight ready to go and have to wait for this man to cross the road, or he has to wait for them to finish their turn just to get to work. Who knows? If a sidewalk was placed there, it would be an easier access for him to get to his job.
Okay.
So that's what I would like to see is more sidewalks. I know that there is a code in where there's new developments. You have to put in a put sidewalks in according to certain codes. But I would like to see Jonesboro become connected.
Okay.
That's what I view sidewalks as. A lot of people, that's just money. That's all they're thinking about is money. It's money. Yeah, it takes money, and we have to do it. It's time for Jonesboro to do so and pay their way. However, having sidewalks connects Jonesboro.
Okay.
Bike routes connects Jonesboro. You think about, and I've heard people that lives out in the county road areas, they talk to me and they say, well, Tommy, we just feel so out of the loop. You know, because they out in the county road. Well, you chose to live out there, but that's not your fault. You should have a right to live where you want. But being part of the city, that means you need to be connected with the city.
Okay.
So sometimes they have wireless issues, or they have accessible issues as far as when it ices and snows. We're trying to get people, every inhabitant of the city of Jonesboro, together. Again, that's the slogan, Jonesboro, stronger together.
Okay.
There's no reason why that would be my slogan and I not push that piece. We have to be stronger together.
All right.
And another point, Jonesboro is so segmented. There's various projects going on, but the projects are not connected.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Alrighty.
Amen.
I'm gonna have to get out about and go around town and see what's happening, so I can get a deeper understanding, a bigger look at what's going on. Yeah. You tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're speaking with Mr. Tommy Baker, candidate for City Council Ward 6, Position 1. So I want to get into some other topics, and these can go hand in hand. All of these topics can go hand in hand when we talk about economic development, affordable housing, and then community engagement on the end of that. So I'm just going to let you give your talking points on those specific topics. What would you like to see or hope to improve if you are elected concerning economic development when it comes to different industries, and then when it comes to affordable housing?
Well, economic development, I mean, you just, that's a topic you can't dodge. Jonesboro, people say that Jonesboro brings in jobs and we have a low employment rate. However, when you talk about quality of living, do you think that everyone that's working factory jobs really want to work factory jobs? I know people personally that's working factory jobs that have bachelor, master degrees working there because they couldn't find adequate jobs that's going to appeal to their degree in particular. So they just have to take what's next. Okay. So what I like to see is that Jonesboro become an attraction to bring in younger, fresher perspectives to the ASU, to the school.
Okay.
And when the school, when they graduate, Jonesboro is able to give them a job. Mm-hmm. Give them a job that goes along with their degree.
Yes. And I talked to many students here on the show, and I asked them, okay, what do you want to do? Well, I want to move to XYZ.
First thing they say is move to, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So why is it that that's the common thing to say is I come to Jonesboro just to get their quality education, but take that education away from the community of Jonesboro mm-hmm. and take it to Memphis, or take it to Little Rock, or take it to Texas.
Yes.
Texas is one of the hottest topics. I have fraternity brothers and friends that left Arkansas, educated engineers.
Wow.
We need engineers in Jonesboro. We have a traffic issue. We need engineers. So take their talent, take their gifting, and invest it in Texas economy rather than Jonesboro's economy. So I would like to see, and I will be an advocate for again the connectivity piece to work with various entities in this town to provide quality jobs, if not create quality jobs for these graduating students, so they won't have the mind to just leave Jonesboro.
Okay.
Everybody comes to Jonesboro to leave.
We want to retain as many people as possible.
Most definitely.
But make sure that the amenities are here that meets their needs, whether it's educational, entertainment, or economic.
Correct.
All right, so let's talk about affordable housing. And then since we're like 5 minutes down, so affordable housing real quick, and then how would you encourage community engagement if you are elected?
Affordable housing? Okay. So it's funny how you ask these questions and I've lived it.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 days ago, I had a lady that reached out to me because she found out I was running for city council.
Okay.
And she moved here from Eudora, Arkansas. You know what Eudora is? It's down south. It's South Arkansas. And she chose Jonesboro, Arkansas. So people like that, I want to do all I can to say, welcome to Jonesboro. What can we do for you?
Okay.
And this lady, she said, well, Tommy, because she was looking for employment, and of course we tried to get her on at my job where I work at Community Compassion Center of Jonesboro at a nursing home, and she has a CNA license. So that's one piece of it.
Okay.
To get her a job. So she called me later and she said, Tommy, I need a place to stay. Okay. I don't know where to live. I don't know where to start. I'm new to Jonesboro. I don't have family here, anything. She's here dry. And she said, I want to pay about $700. She gave me specifics as to what she could do. And I reached out to LJ Brown.
Okay.
And I said, LJ, do you have anyone that that you know that will help, get this lady housed or something? I need some help here. Okay. That's what it's about being a counselor. I may not have the direct resources to help a person, but as a council, we can get together and make something happen for the community or for the people of Jonesboro. So he reached out, he gave me contact, and this lady within probably 30 minutes, an hour, she told me, she said, Tommy, I have the apartment.
Okay.
So those type of stories gives me gratification.
Okay.
As a upcoming councilman.
Okay. All right, so that kind of ties into community engagement. So there's obviously quite a few needs within the city and the county. However, not a lot of people either know how to express their needs, or they simply don't come out to the meetings,
Correct.
The city council meetings, or they don't send emails or make phone calls. So how would you propose to increase that engagement within the community, and not just your ward, but the city as a whole?
Well, as a city as a whole, I want to be as visible as possible.
Okay.
It's funny that you don't see councilmen until it's time to vote. And me, personally, I'm a personable person, so I try to be engaged and involved as much as possible.
Okay.
Everyone that's going to vote for me and everyone that's thinking about voting for me have seen me, encountered me, whether it's at my job, because I go above and beyond to make my presence known, because it's much that resources that I have or knowledge that I have that I want to share. But if people are not asking, or they're not making themselves, showing themselves wanting it, how can I really give it to them? So I try to be everywhere as possible.
Okay.
So I play basketball at the gym. I go to your Parker Parks. I go to your Ray Street Allen Park. I go to Trim Gym, play ball.
Okay.
That's just not me trying to stay in shape. That's me being involved with my community.
Okay.
So now I'm running for council. The guys I played basketball with, it was strategic. They say, man, that's old dude that was shooting those threes. And now that old dude name is Tommy Baker. They know it. So if they're registered to vote, I need your vote. Yeah, I know you. So it's about visibility. Okay. So if I can encourage other councilmen and other upcoming councilmen after myself to just be visible. Okay. People need visibility. It's like church. They might not go to your church. Go to them.
Okay.
Be present. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Again, you're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm speaking with Mr. Tommy Baker. I want to say good morning to Miss Kara Maxwell, who gives us the heart emoji. Thank you for that, Miss Kara. Again, I can't tell you who to vote for, but I will encourage each and every one of you to vote. And not just vote. First, you got to get registered to vote, and you need to get access to an ID. Even if you don't have a driver's license, still get an ID. The county clerk's office is offering options. They will take a picture and give you a temporary, kind of a makeshift ID at the, I want to say it's on Jefferson. It's the Annex building.
County clerk's office.
The county clerk's office. Don't quote me on the location. It's either on the Jefferson location, at the Jefferson location, or the one on Main Street. But definitely contact your county clerk, Mr. Cade Holiday, and he will give you more information on how to obtain the ID. He will actually be here tomorrow, so we will ask him a lot of these questions. All right, so in our final moments, are there any final words, any comments anything that we didn't cover specifically that you would like to add?
Well, I do want to put it out there that the way to contact me, of course, is by my cell, 870-340-1660. My Facebook account is Tommy Baker Campaign. Just type it in. I'm the only one.
Okay.
And go to that page, like it. Get registered to vote. September 24th we're going to do at ASU campus, because I do advocate for the younger generation. They are next to drive this car.
Okay.
And we want them involved as much as possible. They're not hopeless. You're not a hopeless generation. I'm investing my time in you, and I just hope and pray that you invest your time to register and vote for Tommy Baker.
All right, we have a comment from Miss Chelsea. She says, "You're about to make me stay. LOL, love this awesome job, Tommy."
You're the reason why, Chelsea.
So we would love to retain as many people in Jonesboro as possible. So we hope to see the industries come in that will benefit the city as a whole, individuals that are really trying to make some change in their life and just rise to different levels. I want to see the quality of life increase. So after elections, y'all, whoever's on the city council will be hearing from me more, and hopefully I can bring more people in tow to help get our voices heard. So that, because you all work for us,
correct? We
elect you all, but you all work for us.
That is correct.
All right. So
I will say this: not a particular party. One great thing about running for city government is that it's a nonpartisan. It's a nonpartisan vote. You don't have to choose any political party in perspective. You can just be nonpartisan. Because it's for the people. It's not for the Democrat or the Republicans.
It's for the people.
It's for the people.
All right. And we want to thank everyone out there for listening and watching our Facebook Live feed. Please share the videos that we posted so far. We will have more interviews coming up in the upcoming weeks from other candidates. And not just local candidates. We will be interviewing some state some individuals running for state positions. So please stay tuned for those announcements. Thank you, Mr. Tommy, for giving us your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Outside of September 24th, is there any other date coming up that individuals can meet you?
We will be. Let me go on your website. I don't have my calendar right in front of me, but I do know at ASU September 24th at 3 to 5 o'clock.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5.